Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So this weekend, I jammed my weekend prep into about 3.5 hours on a Sunday evening. So I thought I would take you guys along with me. My priorities for tonight are to meal prep and plan our meals for the week. I'm also going to share a quick grocery haul and I want to clean out my fridge a little bit. I am planning on making some energy bites, some chili, a French toast bake, and maybe some curry if I have time. It's a vegan curry recipe that I've been wanting to try. So let's see what we can get accomplished. I was busy throughout the rest of the weekend, but I still wanted to do some productive things to make sure that I was set up for the week in terms of healthy foods for us to eat. Today's video is sponsored by Your Super, and you guys know that I have worked with them for a long time. Today I'm going to be showcasing the Your Super Superwoman bundle, which includes collagen, Forever Beautiful, Moon Balance, Energy Bomb, as well as the chocolate lover, which is my personal favorite. The mixes from Your Super only contain 5 to 6 naturally dried superfoods, and that's it. They are totally organic, non-GMO, they are plant-based and gluten-free. There are never any sweeteners, stevia, or artificial flavors or fillers in any of their products. Your Super powders are available either individually or you can buy them in bundles, but the Superwoman bundle helps improve mood. It can help boost your energy, balance hormones, and also support skin health. And I also just noticed today on their website that for a limited time, they are donating proceeds to Zana Africa, which is a nonprofit dedicated to support adolescent girls by providing them with personal care products. And this is for the Superwoman bundle. So definitely check that out. I use these superfood powders in my smoothies, in my oatmeal, and today I'm going to be sharing how you can use them in some energy bites. If you guys go to the link in the description box below, you can use code JenChapin to get 15% off of your whole order on yoursuper.com. So be sure you check that out. And I highly recommend both the collagen powder and the chocolate lover. I have tried so many different brands of collagen, and this is honestly my favorite. And I do notice when I use these products that I have more consistent energy when I'm consistent about using them. Okay, so the first thing I'm meal prepping is some of these chocolate peanut butter energy bites, and I've shared this recipe once before and we really liked it, so I wanted to make another batch. Today I'm using the energy bomb powder, the chocolate lover powder, and the collagen powder. I ground up some rolled oats in my food processor. I also added some flaxseed meal. I added the superfood powders, a pinch of salt, and some vanilla. I really like having these energy bites in the fridge to sort of munch on during the week. I also put them in my kids' lunches. They sort of taste to me like a healthier version of those no-bake oatmeal cookies, but these are definitely a little bit healthier. You've got the oats in there for fiber, and then you also add nut butter, so you can use any type of nut butter that you'd like. I'm using a combination in this recipe of peanut butter, cashew butter, and also some cacao cashew butter. So this is a great way to use up those jars of almond butter that you might have sitting in your pantry. I'm also going to add some honey, and I will type this recipe out in the description box below. On this particular day, I doubled the recipe just because the last time I made them, we went through them pretty fast. You can definitely customize this recipe. You can add chocolate chips if you want, shredded coconut, chopped nuts. I just tend to leave mine plain just because that's the way that my kids like them. I have rolled them in coconut before and they're really good that way too. So after you process everything together, you can kind of see the consistency of it, and if you need to add more nut butter, you want these to not be super sticky, but obviously come together into a ball when you roll them in your hands. I did have to add a little bit of additional peanut butter to mine. Thank goodness I have a collection of nut butter in my pantry that could feed an army, but when it's done, you can see here that I'm pulling it out of the food processor and it forms together into a little ball. So then the next step, all you do is just take these out. I usually roll about 2 tablespoon balls. You can roll them as small or as large as you like. And then I'm just putting these out onto a cookie tray that is lined with wax paper. And this is the point where if you wanted to like roll them in chocolate chip or crushed nuts or shredded coconut or anything like that, you totally could. I was also thinking while I was making these that I wonder if like some jelly in there would be good too. Like let's say you did peanut butter and like strawberry or grape jelly. I wonder if you could make like superfood PB&J bites. That would be really good. salad. I just gave myself an idea. Maybe I'll try that next time. But once you roll them all into balls, then you can go ahead and pop them into a container and put them in the refrigerator. Like I said, my kids really like these, and I feel good giving them to them because, you know, with that chocolate powder from your super, it has a really great chocolate taste without any added sugar, and you get the fiber from the oatmeal and the protein from the nut butter. And I also added the collagen to these, so they are perfect. Don't forget to check out your super. Like I said, I'll have all of the information in the description box below, along with that 15% off coupon code. But these are definitely a favorite and something that I have liked to meal prep for the last several months so that we can have these in the fridge for a quick boost of energy. All right, so here's everything that I ordered for my groceries this week from Imperfect. I did get 3 bags of these little kind of red roasting potatoes. I haven't purchased those in a while and thought they sounded good. Normally I've been purchasing russet potatoes, so I got those. I also got some jalapenos. I think I'm gonna make some pico de gallo, and then I also am probably gonna use some of these for some bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. I grabbed some kiwis. We haven't had those for a bit, and that is one of Kira's favorite fruits. Some regular tomatoes. If I make the pico, I will use those for that. They're a little bit soft, so that would probably be a good use for them. I also got some cherry tomatoes. Probably will use these for salads and snacking and things. I got 3 limes, some apples. These apples are a little bit smaller, which is a great size for lunch boxes. I got some broccoli. Broccoli is always a good side to have on hand. Everyone loves it. So I usually just steam it up either on the stove or in the microwave and put some butter, salt, and pepper on it. It works great. And then I also got some pears. The kids really enjoy these once they get a little bit softer, so I'll just let them ripen on the counter. I was excited to see that they had the pineapple spindrift. That is my favorite flavor, and it's really hard for me to find around here, so I ordered a case of this. If you've never had this before, it's sparkling water, but there's real fruit juice in it, and it's not quite as carbonated as like a LaCroix. It's different. I really like it. Just for a nice change from sparkling water. And then they also had the Olippops on there. So I've tried a couple different flavors of this, and I didn't really care for the Coke flavor, but I like the strawberry. But I also saw they had this root beer flavor, so I went ahead and grabbed this just to try. The only thing that worries me about these is they have so much fiber in them. I'm like, I don't know if I would want to drink one in a sitting just because of all the fiber that's in it. I got some Vital Farms butter. We were running low on that. I decided to order the Primal Kitchen unsweetened organic ketchup. I did order one of these last week, but I ended up giving it to my sister because she's doing paleo right now. So let me know if you guys have tried this and if you like it or not. I don't really expect it to taste like Heinz, but if you're eating a burger or fries and you're trying to watch your sugar, it's probably a good thing. I also picked up one of these containers of Oatly oat milk. This is really good quality oat milk, and it also froths pretty well in my Nespresso frother. I also picked up a package of the Diestel Family Ranch roast beef. I think I'm probably the only one that likes roast beef sandwiches, so I'll probably be eating this. Maybe Adam, if I do like a hot roast beef sandwich, he'll eat that, but he doesn't prefer it cold. I got some bacon. I really like their no sugar added uncured bacon, so I got a package of that. I also picked up some cod. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this week or put it in the freezer. I haven't decided yet, but they always have a really good price on that. And then I also got some of their heirloom chicken breasts. They have great prices on those too. I picked up one of the maple bourbon bacon chopped salad kits. I have never seen this in my stores around here, and it sounded really good, so I thought I'd have that for a lunch this week. I got some of this free-range turkey jerky. This is the sriracha honey. I got this for Adam for a snack. He has tried this before and he really likes it. It's this snacky snack mixy mix. It's got pretzels, peanuts, sesame sticks, and corn chips in it. I also got some tortillas. I think we're gonna do tacos one night this week. So I got some flour and corn tortillas. And then I picked up these dental sticks for Murphy. I think this was the first time I've seen that they had pet products on their site. So he gets usually one of these a day. So I always try to keep some on hand. And then I haven't asked my sister if she wants this yet, but she did mention to me that she likes the rice on Imperfect. And so since I was ordering, I just went ahead and got a package. If she doesn't want it, I'll keep it. But it's Calrose rice. I've never heard of that before, so I got that. And then I also decided to get one of these. I haven't bought this in a while just because we've been trying to watch our white bread intake, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to have this one night for dinner this week. If you haven't tried the Essential Baking Company Take and Bake breads, they're really good. This is the garlic kind. All you do is take it out of the package, put it on your oven rack, bake it for like 10-15 minutes, and it's really good. So that is what I got for groceries this week. Not really very much, but I'm trying to meal prep and make my plan based on what I have in the refrigerator and pantry so I can clean some things out. Okay, so next up, I'm going to make some chili in my Instant Pot. So chili is one of those things I really love having on hand, either in the refrigerator or the freezer. I have some of these Super Cubes silicone trays. I've showed you guys these before that I can freeze like soups and stews in and pull them out for individual servings. So I'll link those down below. But in this video, I'm just going to share how I make the chili in my Instant Pot. If you have an Instant Pot and you've never made your chili in it, I would totally recommend doing it because to me, the pressurized cooking helps the meat to be a lot more tender. I mean, obviously you could simmer it for hours on the stove too, but when you can do it in the Instant Pot, why not, right? Kind of came about because number one, I've been craving chili and I had no more in the freezer, in my freezer and my pantry that I needed to get used up, and also my fridge. So in my Instant Pot here, I have some onions and some peppers. I also put about 1.5 pounds of ground beef in there. You did see me chopping up some jalapenos there. Those are optional. And if I would have had a green pepper, I probably would have added it to this as well. I also added some garlic. I'm going to cook that on the saute setting, season it generously with salt, and then I'm also going to add some paprika. I also took this opportunity to add a ton of different spice mixes that I had in my pantry that I needed to use up. Next, I'm going to add my tomatoes. So I'm adding 1 large can of pureed tomatoes. I had another jar of salsa in the refrigerator that I wanted to get used up, and so I thought, hey, why not throw that in there? I had a couple packets of tomato and adobo sauce in the freezer that I thawed out. These were left over from a Green Chef meal. So this was really the perfect opportunity for me to use up all those odds and ends of things that I had hanging around. I added 1 can of plain diced tomatoes and 1 can of Rotel, and I also like to add water just to thin it out a little bit. And then I added my beans. So I had some black beans here. I also added a can of pinto beans and a packet of kidney beans. You can use any beans that you like for chili, or you can leave the beans out if you're doing low carb. I also added a healthy dose of chili powder and some cumin. And a lot of times too, I'll add like maybe a tablespoon of sugar at this point as well, just because when you're cooking with tomato products, sometimes they can be a little bit acidic. And so that helps cut the acidity. I seasoned it with a little bit more salt and some cayenne pepper. And I did not measure for this particular recipe. I actually have a chili recipe that's in my cookbook that will be coming out within the next month. So definitely stay tuned for that. But after this, you just want to put the lid on, set it to sealing, and then I just use the bean and chili button, which cooks this for 30 minutes at medium pressure. So here's what it looked like when it's done. I let it sit for maybe about 20 minutes on a natural pressure release, and it was perfect. I'm not kidding you. I tasted it and I was like, I don't even have to add anything to this. So that's the best part about cooking, is the more you do it, the better you get at it. I was just talking to someone online the other day about cooking and just like encouraging them to, play around in the kitchen, because cooking is like anything else. It's just like golf or bowling or skateboarding. You're not going to try it once and be like super amazing at it. You just have to keep trying. So definitely this chili is going to be good for us this week. I'm going to put it on the menu one night for dinner, and the rest we're going to have for meal prep. Okay, so this is a potato kofta recipe with curry, and this was actually a meal kit that I picked up from Sunbasket. I don't buy their meal kits often because they're a little bit pricey, but I saw that they had this on the app one week and I decided to order it because it seemed like something I would like. I really love curry, and it also seemed like something that I probably wouldn't make on my own just because I wouldn't have had the idea for it. So what this dish is it's basically sort of like a potato pancake. The original kofta is actually more like a meatball made with like ground meat, like beef or lamb or something like that. But this was a vegan recipe. And so what we're going to do is just cut these potatoes up, boil them with like some peas and carrots, and make these little dumplings that you simmer inside of a curry sauce. So I have to say, this recipe did not turn out looking super beautiful, but it was delicious. And I definitely learned some lessons that I will use next time if I ever make this again. So while the potatoes are boiling and getting tender, I'm going to chop up some cilantro. That is going to go inside of these. Next time I make these, I will probably add more cilantro just because I love the flavor of it. And I am of the mindset that you can never have too much cilantro, but I'm going to get a bowl here, and that is what I'm going to put my steamed veggies in once those are completed. So when the potatoes were about half done, I put in the grated carrot. There were 2 bags of these grated carrots. This recipe made quite a bit. I actually ordered the 4-person serving, and I'm telling you, it served a lot more than 4. So I'm putting my veggies, there were some peas in there too, into this bowl, and you're going to be able to tell within a couple of seconds that I got too small of a bowl. And I thought that, but then I thought, no, I can do it. So I'm going to start mashing these up, and then I'm soon going to realize that I need to get a different size bowl. And so I'm going to do that here in a second. But once I went and got the larger bowl, it was a lot easier. So I'm mashing up the potatoes with the peas and the carrots. And then to this, once it's a little bit smooth, you don't need it to be totally smooth. Obviously, you want to form these into balls, and so you do want the mixture to be somewhat cohesive. But to this, I'm going to add some chickpea flour and some seasonings. I believe they included cumin and cayenne pepper. I only added half the cayenne pepper just because I didn't want these to be too spicy. I'm also going to add just a little bit of water to help these come together and season them really generously with salt and pepper. Obviously, potatoes are very flavorless, so you want to make sure that you season them generously. But at this point, I just stirred this up until it all came together. And like I said, this is something that I've never made before, so I wasn't quite sure, like, is this too sticky? Is it not too sticky? In the end, it actually ended up being too sticky. Like, if I would have had to do this over, I probably would have added some more chickpea flour to it, but alas, I did not. And so as you'll see, they kind of end up falling apart, but that's fine, whatever. So I rolled these into balls, and I'm browning them in some avocado oil. They did stick to the pan. I wouldn't say badly, but they did stick to the pan a little bit. So I flipped them over and then just let them brown through on the other side. And then next I'm going to add the curry sauce. So this came already prepared. I just had to dump it into the pan, and then I also added some water to thin it out. And then I just simmered these for about 10 minutes. Obviously, there's no meat in there that needs to be cooked through. It's just potatoes. So here's what they look like when I plated them up. The flavor of these is like bomb if you love curry. The other thing too is, like, I really like potatoes in my curry, so this dish tastes really good with the naan bread. So I definitely would recommend it. I feel like I just need to get better at my technique. Okay, so next up is a French toast bake, and if you are counting calories or on a diet, please avert your eyes because this is not any type of a healthy situation right here. But I did have a loaf of croissant bread in my freezer that I wanted to use up. So right now I'm kind of in this odd space where I'm trying to reduce our refined carbs and sugar, but I still have a lot of food in my pantry and freezer that I'm trying to use up. And so I'm trying to just sort of use up things gradually and incorporate them in. This isn't something I would make every single day, but basically it's a croissant French toast bake with blueberries and cream cheese. I mean, how can that be bad? So here is the bread that I was talking about. I can't even remember where I got this. I feel like maybe I got it at Trader Joe's, but basically it's a loaf of bread that's just croissants. I mean, how can that be bad? So in the bowl there, you saw me mixing up eggs with some milk. I also put some maple syrup in there, some cinnamon, basically like your standard, French toast batter. And then the original recipe, which I can link down below, called for regular croissants, but obviously I had the croissant bread. I figure it's all the same thing. I greased my casserole dish. I used a 9x13 casserole dish, but probably I could have used a smaller one. I am going to put about half of the croissant cubes in the bottom, and then I'm going to do a layer of blueberries and cream cheese. So with this recipe, you can use any type of jam and fruit. If you wanted to do strawberry instead, you could totally do that. But I had this container of whipped cream cheese that I also wanted to get used up, so it was perfect. I put that in the middle layer, not evenly or anything, just little dollops of it. And then I also sprinkled on some of this blueberry jam that I had. And then I'm going to layer the rest of the croissant mixture over the top. And then I also drizzled the top with a little bit more of the blueberry jam, and I added some fresh blueberries to the top. So this is an overnight French toast casserole. So what I did was I prepared this, and then the next morning I am going to bake it, and I'll show you that here in a second. So I'm going to cover this up with plastic wrap and get it into the fridge. This would be great to take to like a potluck or something. And then in the morning, all you do is take it out. I dotted the top with some cold butter per the recipe, and then you just bake this at 375 degrees for about 45 to 50 minutes, just until everything is cooked through and the croissants are nice and brown on top. And let me tell you, this is some deliciousness right here. If you like French toast and you like cream cheese and you like blueberries, definitely make this ASAP. Okay, so I sort of ran out of time and I didn't have necessarily the best luck cleaning everything out. So I'm kind of showing you my fridge here. The main thing is that I do have some produce in there that's washed up. I obviously have some meal prep with the chili and the curry. The main thing that I want to do every weekend is just make sure that I have foods that are readily available that I can grab throughout the week, either for myself or for my family. So I'm just visiting my to-do list here. I did the meal prep and the meal plan. I shared with you guys the grocery haul. I'm kind of like on cleaning out the fridge, but you know, I did the best that I could. And then here's the meal plan for the week. So Sunday, we actually got Subway for dinner because I was tired. And then Monday, I'm going to have that chili with baked potatoes. We had the French toast bake for breakfast. Tuesday, Adam is going to make pulled pork and we're going to have jalapeno poppers. And then one night this week, I'm also going to either make tacos or enchiladas. And then one night we'll have leftovers. So either that pulled pork or tacos or something out of the fridge. I'm not sure yet. And then Friday nights, we always have pizza. So not a super involved meal plan, but you guys will see that in my next What's for Dinner video. Overall, I was happy with what I was able to get done in this short span of time on the weekend within 3 hours on a Sunday. So thanks you guys so much for watching. I hope you got some inspiration for your own meal prepping. Don't forget to check out your Super. You can get 15% off your order using code Chapin on their website. Like I said, I definitely recommend the chocolate lover powder to add to your smoothies or your oatmeal. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.